Hi, my name is Kinjal Chaudhary and I'm a data engineer. So, if you want to connect with this video, please go and check out my first video, which is my introduction. So, as I said in the last video, will move on with SQL, which is our first subject of data engineering. To start with data engineering. So, when I say data engineering, and why it is important, you first should understand what is data. Okay, so data is nothing but a collection of facts, statics, information, which can be qualitative as well as quantitative. Okay, when I say qualitative, like it can be of survey, right? It can be surveys, data from surveys. It can be mm, like interview from interviews, like, right? Like suppose I want to know how many people are interested in buying a laptop and a B laptop. So suppose I'll go to people and ask, suppose I interview three person. Okay, now I interview uh, three-person, right? So I'll ask this first person. It would say I'll go with a laptop. I will ask the second person. He said I'll go with a laptop, and I'll ask um, one more person, and it says I'll go with the B laptop, right? So this is nothing but a survey. How we are doing a survey? By taking an interview. So the data gathered from these types of things are nothing but qualitative data in nature, right? And now coming to the quantitative, right? So quantitative data is nothing but taking numbers, right? We do a survey like how many in one house, how many persons are there, right? In some house it is three, some house four, like some in some house one, right? So the data which has numbers, right? That is quantitative, and the qualitative is nothing but the data we get from surveys and interviews, like that. Okay, so then data, as I said, it can be number, text, images, audio, video, or other representation that can be processed by computer. Okay, so as I said, we'll understand the SQL first, right? We'll understand the SQL first, which is a structured query language, as I mentioned earlier. So, in terms of SQL, what is data, right? So, data is a raw fact, right? Which uh, describes the property or attribute of an entity, right? An entity can be anything. Like, so I'm taking as example of a laptop, right? So what is the color of the laptop? What is the how much like what is the how much RAM it has, and whatever, right? And uh, what all information which describe basically the raw facts which describes the property and attribute of what of an entity, which is a laptop in our case, is a data. We termed it as a data in data engineering, right? So now coming to the importance of data, why it is important, right? As I said in my first example, like I'll ask person 1, person 2, person 3 that it want a laptop A or laptop B. So two of them said that laptop A I want, and three said that a laptop B I want, right? So what I'll do now, what I'll do, I'll uh, suggest that since majority of people have used a laptop, so it is much better than B1, and I would suggest that you should go for this one, right? So data is crucial, right? Crucial for what? Decision making. Since I have a problem of which laptop I should buy, I'll go for it. Solve my problem, right? How? By gaining the insights, right? And so Data is why it is important for making the decision and problem solving and gaining the insights, right? Now, data, what this data helped us? It helped us to understand the patterns, trends, right? Trend is that A is much more trendy nowadays than the B one, right? Now, data drives innovation, research, and development. Like, suppose I'm taking an example, right? Just give me a moment. Now, suppose, imagine you want to, now imagine I want to open a shop, right? A tea shop, right? A tea shop. This is a tea shop. Now, but where should I open it, right? Of course, if I want to open any shop, I want profit, right? For profit, I want to open the shop in a in in that area where I'll get the maximum profit, right? Now, suppose I open a tea shop near a college. Suppose this is a college and this is a school and this is a bank, right? And there is a tea shop already here, right? And I want to open my tea shop here, right? My tea shop. What I'll do first of all, why I have choose this area? Why? Because I have seen that people from college, people from bank, people from schools are coming to this tea shop, and it is overloaded, right? It is overloaded, and you are watching it, you have analyzed it that this is this tea shop is definitely making a profit. And what you have decided that if I open a tea shop here, I'll definitely get a profit, right? Maybe it would be a 50-50%, maybe a 60-40%, maybe a 80-20% if my quality is good, right? If my quality is good, right? So you decided to open a shop here. So how you made a decision here, right? You have analyzed it. You have saw the trends, right? Patterns and trends you have seen here. That yeah, people are coming to tea shops and it is overloaded and it is making profit. So how? By uh, by data, right? And in this case, your data is was a qualitative data, right? And maybe you can get a quantitative data as well as quantitative data. Here it was your qualitative data, it can be a quantitative data as well by getting a data from college, like from college, right? How many students are there, like we get 10K, and how many employees are there in a bank? It can be 50,000. Suppose it a headquarter, supposing it as a headquarter, 50 um, right? Let's suppose 100 employee, right? So you have analyzed it and then you came to a decision that you are opening a tea shop here because you definitely get a profit. How you're doing this? By using a qualitative or quantitative data, right? So by understanding a data means nothing. Nothing but a raw fact, right? Raw fact which describes property or attribute of an entity. That's it. Just remember, if somebody asks you what is data, data is a raw fact which describes the property and entity of anything. And in this case, it's your data, right? Now, coming to the types of data. So we're done with definition and importance of data. So if somebody ask you what is data, nothing. It's a raw fact which would describe the property and entity. That's it, right? And coming to the importance, it will help us for the decision making, problem solving. That's it. That's it. That is what uh, is like. That is enough. If somebody asks you why important your data is, and if somebody gives you want to explain you in a bit deeper sense, just explain the shop thing which I explained, that you'll get where you'll open a shop where you know people are coming, you'll definitely get a profit. Okay. Now come to the types of data. So uh, data are of three types: structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. So this will get to know in a deeper sense when we'll start using datas and start doing an proper data engineering thing. So when it comes to data engineering part, you'll get these three types of data. First, it would be a data structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. So you'll receive your files, which can be of spreadsheets and databases. It can be of mail, social media post, videos, right? And it can be XML and JSON as well. So this thing we'll learn later on, but for the time being, you just understand that we have three types of data, right? Three types. Okay, so this is a mind map. Just the same thing I have converted into a mind map, right?